Okay, so here we are looking at the addition of anti-parallel vectors. Remember that anti-parallel vectors are vectors that act in opposite directions. So we see here we have forces being used in this case. 4 newtons acting to the right and 7 newtons acting to the left. This is like you having a box of toys at home, and you're trying to pull your toys into place 4 newtons to the right with a force of 4 newtons, and then your little brother wants to pull in the opposite direction and 7 newtons to the left, creating tension. So let's see what will happen. So you have the resultant for vector, we write it like this, equals 4 newtons plus, open parentheses, minus 7 newtons, close parentheses. So the reason why we do this is because we remember that we are adding the vectors, but we do respect that 7 newtons is acting to the left. So this will be equal to 4 newtons, and when we remove the bracket, it will be minus 7 newtons. So mathematically, this will end up being negative 3 newtons. So your final statement will be 3 newtons to the left. Okay, so we're looking at this case here. Just a little blurry. Let's just try to get the autofocus on that here. Good. So we have the anti-parallel situation where we have 3 newtons acting upwards and 200 newtons acting downwards. So these vectors are also anti-parallel, but just that they're acting vertically. So upward is taken as positive and downward is taken as a negative when it comes to vectors. So here we have it. The resultant vector will be equal to 300 newtons plus, open parentheses, negative 200 newtons, close parentheses. So this will be equal to 300 newtons minus 200 newtons, which will leave us with 100 newtons upwards. And the reason for that again is because upwards is taken as positive and downwards is taken as negative. Okay, the final example of the anti-parallel vectors that we're going to look at today is this one, where we have equal vectors in terms of magnitude, but direction is different. So again, we are still dealing with anti-parallel vectors. So 5 newtons is acting to the right and 5 newtons acting to the left. So here we have it, the resultant vector. The resultant vector, we reminded, is really what the final vector will be after you add. So this is 5 newtons, which is this one going to the right, plus, open parentheses, negative 5 newtons, close parentheses, that's the one going to the left. This would be 5 newtons minus 5 newtons, which gives you 0 newtons. Okay, so this 0 newtons represents a situation of what we call equilibrium. So with equilibrium, when we deal with forces, it really means that the sum or the addition of all the forces acting on an object is equal to 0. And so we don't state to the right or to the left or up or down, because 0 newtons has no direction. It is simply 0.